Good morning, ClubSport. Today, the sequence is to help us calm down and feel, even though there's all this crazy wind and there's all these winds of change happening and all this stuff, we have the ability to soothe ourselves. So the ability to soothe ourselves, we can use our yoga practice, and I talked about things that you could do first thing in the morning with the warm lemon water, lavender. But in the yoga practice, what you want to do is you want to have your practice have quieter music. So I would now have quieter music in my house. You'd be surprised how that really does affect calming you down. And then I'd start to think about, how can I feel like I'm going to root myself down? So think of your spine having the ability to acclimate to movement. And then as we go through life, that ability to be resilient and acclimate to change is an important skill set to develop. So as you sit here, one of the things you can do when you start to get frenetic or feel like there's too much going on is there's something called a bee breath. And the bee breath is you're going to inhale and then make a sound like a bee. Inhale. So that sound will help you calm down. It'll help you feel less frenetic, and it will help you in being able to ground yourself. So the theme of the class, movement, can help us soothe. So the practice today is not going to be a real fast practice. First thing that I like to do when things get crazy, wind really affects me, and it makes me feel particularly out of sorts unless I do things to counterbalance and soothe that feeling. So just start in child's pose. And in your child's pose, if you want to do your bee breath, you're welcome to do that. Thinking you can anchor yourself down, feel yourself close to the earth, which is always soothing. If you're ever feeling frenetic, just get right down on the floor and breathe. Don't try and think your way out of it when you're feeling that anxious. And then coming onto your back. Going to do a few stretches before we start the sequence. So from here, bring your hands behind your head, and then very gently lift your head. So you're going to pull your head slightly out of your torso, and then tuck your chin. As you do that, think of your shoulders gently moving into the floor. Two more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead, lay your head down. Take your arms wide. Take your right knee. Bend your right knee. Cross your right foot over the outside of your left knee. And let your pelvis and your legs turn to the left. It's called alligator twist. So let yourself, your sacrum is going to turn on its side. Let your pelvis turn on its side. As your right knee's over to the left, then bend your left knee underneath that. Again, think of your spine as something that needs to stay resilient in life. Take the legs back through center. Extend the legs long. Take your hands behind your head. And then again, lifting up. Next stretch. Gently place your head down. Arms go wide. Left knee bends. Cross your left foot outside your right knee. Turn your pelvis to the right. Our spine and our psyche, if we could bring those so that we understand how resilient the spine can be, if our psyche can be that accommodating, resilient. And that the leg is extended, bend that underneath, go into a deeper twist. Slowly inhale back through center. Press down through your feet. Lift your sacrum up slightly. Feel your spine resilient. Go extend your spine. Think of the spine inside your torso there, getting some space between the vertebrae. And then slowly come down. Stay close to the ground. So roll to one side to make your way up. The sequence, and you can always watch this sequence and then do it on your own because we'll be repeating it a few times. I'm going to go into child's pose. So take yourself into child's pose now. Feel yourself rooted down into the ground. Arms reach forward. Hands are wide. Keep your arms extended. Take your chest through your arms. Inhale, come forward, up dog. Exhale back, child's pose. Come up slightly in your child's pose. Cross your ankles and then roll back. Extend your right leg forward, your left foot on the inside. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Feel your spine. Now it's rounding. Think of how resilient my spine is. Think of growing roots from the bottom of your leg down. On your next inhale, coming up. Exhale, turn towards that right leg. Inhale through center. And exhale, turn second side. Inhale around center. And extend the leg forward. Cross your left ankle over your right ankle as you fold forward. Inhale, coming up. Place your feet wide. Feel your spine. Go back into spinal extension. Lift up. Exhale back. Take your legs wide and fold forward. Take 2 breaths there. Inhale 1. Exhale. You can always have a block under your head if your head doesn't touch the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale coming up. Remove your block if it's there. Cross your ankles, child's pose. Take 2 breaths in child's pose. Feel yourself grounded. Feel your spine slightly rounded. Then come forward, take your chest through your arms, pull your spine in towards the front of your body. Exhale back, child's pose. Come up slightly, cross your ankles, roll back. From here, left leg extends, right foot on the inside. Inhale, lift chest, feel your spine lengthen, up towards the heavens. Exhale, let your back round as you come forward for today. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, turn towards the extended leg. Think of growing roots from your sit bones down into the earth. Inhale around center. Feel your spine, how it can accommodate to this exhale turn. Can your mind accommodate to change? Inhale around. Extend the leg forward. Fold forward. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Spine comes in. Exhale. Extend your legs wide. Have a block if you need it. Fold forward. Take 3 breaths there. The class today is intended to help our psyche, our nervous system, everything come back to remember that we're supported. So challenge can mean change. Change can be a good thing. Either way, we're supported. Or whatever way, I guess. Inhale, coming out. Cross your ankles. One more time, come forward. Child's pose. Inhale forward. Feel your spine come in and lift the front of your body up. Exhale back, child's pose. Come up slightly. Cross your ankles. Push back. Extend right leg, left leg in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let your back round as you fold forward. Inhale, come up, twist towards the extended leg. Exhale. Inhale, grow your sit bones down as you lift the crown up. Exhale, second side. Inhale up through center. Leg extends. Fold forward. Inhale, come up. Feet wide. Lifting up. Spine lifts. Exhale down. Legs go wide. Fold forward. You're gonna hold here for a few breaths. Think it from the bottom of your legs, your calves, your hamstrings grow roots down through the earth. Think of being supported in your life. Stay there, 2 more breaths. Holding things a little bit longer during this time of change and this crazy wind will help calm our nervous system. We'll be less reactive, less agitated. Our stomach won't be upset. There's different things we can signs to look for. It's like, when do I need to know to chill out? When is my body getting the brunt of everything that's going on? Inhale, coming out. Move your block out. Cross your ankles. Last time, child's pose. We have the second side to finish. Back is rounded. Hands extend. Take your chest through your arms. Now take your spine in. Exhale back. Cross the ankles. Roll back. Left leg extends. Right foot comes in. Inhale, lift the spine. Feel how sinewy the spine can be. And then let the back round as you fold forward. Inhale, coming up. Turn towards that leg. Exhale, grow roots down through your sit bones. Come through center. Turn towards the knee. Come through center. Plant roots down through your feet. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale. Extend the legs wide. And forward fold. So the first part of the sequence is to help us get very much into the lower part of our body so that we feel secure, supported, safe, activate that sense of being grounded and present. 2 more breaths. And inhale, coming up. Okay. And we'll come to stand. Just 2 standing balances. So this is kind of a practice to how do we ground ourselves when change is happening. So our mind really, the mental strength will come from challenge. So we'll place the block down underneath our right foot. Press down through the block. And remember, we've activated this whole area, all these channels, so that you have a lot of circulation in there. You're going to stand up, keep this hip in, push down to the earth, kind of like from your spine, push down into the floor. Keep your ribs pushed down, lift your belly button up. And then maybe this lifts. Let's see if I can do it. I'm really vitiated with this vata and all this wind and all this change. But I'm going to see. Ridge cape drops. And then stand down. So this is a whole sequence that I would suggest doing in the next few days. I mean, we do it a few times. It's going to help you be able to take any changes or the wind. I think the wind's supposed to slow down. So from this whole channel of your body, push down, feel anchored. Notice when you push down, the ground actually feels like it comes up and supports you. So we're going to add a little bit more challenge with this block. So pushing the block down as we come up. Take the rib cage down, shoulders drop, spine lifts up. So this might be enough. You're just going to have this one toe down and just play with that. Because it's really not about the posture. It's about what you do with your mind. So my mind is going to pull this outer hip in, so I feel like I have more in this channel of the leg moving down. And then lift up. So the more we can anchor down, the more the spine can lift up. And then step down. Last pose before we come to the floor again. And stand on the blocks and come down low. Have the blocks wide, coming into Malasana garland pose. So getting low to the ground again. Let your shoulders come on the inside. Give your knees, hug the shoulders in slightly. Maybe hands come down. And think of growing roots from your sit bones all the way down, from your sacrum all the way down. From the bottoms of your feet down. Stay 2 more breaths. And then inhale, push down the blocks as you inhale, lift the crown of your head. And then step off your blocks. Take the blocks behind you. I'll do this side. Take the blocks behind you. As you come to seated, feel your spine lengthen. And then maybe you can take the blocks back slightly, but keep lifting your chest. Sorry, that was the last pose, but this is the last pose. Then take your feet off the ground. Spread your toes. Think of your sit bones pushing down through the floor, grow roots. If it feels appropriate, you can hold on to your hamstrings. Feel like you're balancing on your sit bones, not your tailbone. Now push your sit bones down, lift your chest, maybe you extend your legs up. then release it down. Coming down onto your back, take a block underneath your sacrum. Lift your legs straight up. Close your eyes. So legs are extended up. And I'm just going to talk to you for a couple of minutes while you're here. So this is going to calm your nervous system down a lot. So doing legs against the wall or legs straight up, really a great thing to do to help ground yourself so that you're calmer, feeling more balanced. Other things you can do during this time is, get a roller. So massaging yourself on a roller, really good. So all of this wind and all this dryness really can create problems in the joints. Certainly our skin is very, very dry. Our hair is dry. Drink lots of warm fluids. Best foods for this time are like some warm soups are nice, or anything that's just a nice warm meal. Something to soothe yourself from all of the change and all of the wind. Then bend your knees, take your feet onto the floor. Push your feet down, lift up off the block, put it to the side. And one of the best yoga postures you can do to calm yourself down and bring yourself back into feeling more balanced and able to withstand the change of the wind is to do a nice setup for your final posture, which some of us turn it off at this point, but I would strongly urge you not to do that. So I have something to support my head. So I can have my head, I'm gonna take some time on this one. I can have my head so that my neck and my head are resting and have another blanket to put over me. The other option, which I thought was kind of cool, is I have the blanket and I roll it up, make a nice roll. Then I take it and I make a nice little crown. And kind of snug it right into your head. And then maybe blocks underneath your hands. So before you do the blocks, cover yourself with the blankets. It's important to stay warm during this time. It's a very drying time. So make sure your whole body is nice and covered up. Have some nice, quiet music on. Make sure the crown of your head feels your blanket. Block can be underneath your wrist or your hand or not. So take time to set yourself up. Feel your whole back body go wide and release back into the floor. Imagine the organs in your body going wide to the periphery and then weighting the back of your body down. Think of the back of your arms like you could grow little tentacles down into the floor. Let your face be smooth. Let your forehead broaden. And imagine the brain in your skull relaxing into the back of the skull. So a longer Shavasana will help you in soothing yourself during all this frenetic wind and during change. Remember the support in your life and rest in that. So you can either stay there or bend your knees, roll to one side, and make your way to seated. Don't feel like you have to get up. You can just stay where you are. It could be yummy to stay there for 10 minutes. Namaste.